Okay, Elaine, we are live on YouTube.
Awesome.
I like your backdrop.
Thank you. It's a sheet.
So I had put behind me, I had put curtains. If you look at the first two interviews I did, and my crew's like, it looks like you're in the bathroom because they had.
Does this look like a sheet, like a vest?
No, it's great. It looks like 1980s wallpaper, but that's okay too.
I mean, whatever works.
So I've put my green screen up behind me, and now I have a virtual background.
That's cool. I don't have that.
So Elaine, it's so wonderful to have you. Elaine Rau is from LadyBossBlogger. You know, that's a tongue twister. When you wrote it, did you know that it was going to be that?
No, but everyone has trouble saying. I was like, oh, it's like the easiest name ever. It's not.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you come talk about blogging at our digital event. It's something that people really miss the point on because they get stuck on the name blogging, as opposed it's a platform to use for a whole different host of things depending on what you're doing. So let's start with you talking about who you are and what you do, and then what's going to come at the conference. What are we going to learn?
Yeah, so I'm the founder of LadyBossBlogger. It is a blog for female entrepreneurs to learn how to start, grow, and monetize their own blogs and turn it into an online business. But I like to think of blogging as content marketing because that's what it is, right? It's basically you creating content to market whatever it is you're selling. So think of it like that, and then you'll see the value of blogging. So at the conference, you'll basically learn like how to start, how to grow, how to scale, how to monetize. I'll be talking about all sorts of different, things in regards to, because some people like to sell products, some people like to just sell stuff on their blog specifically. So I'll be talking about the different aspects of how to basically market your blog and market the products you sell on your blog.
Yes. So sometimes the blog is not for selling, though. It's for SEO or for other things also. I know that your topic is on selling, but I think that I don't want people to get hung up on not coming because I'm not selling something on my blog.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Right?
Because blogging is important. Yes, I understand there's a platform to sell and make money and to do this, that, right? But the blog has a lot of functionality besides that.
Yes, that is very true. I love that you brought up SEO. I mean, SEO is, if you guys don't know, it's search engine optimization.
Thank you.
Basically,
everyone yells at me. My girls yell at me. You're not telling them the whole story, Virginia.
Right. But SEO, yeah. So it's basically your ability to rank on Google. So if you write a blog post about, let's say, insoles, okay, I just have this right here. All right, this is like insoles, right? So basically, and then you target specific keywords talking about insoles. Then if people search, what are the best insoles online, then yours will hopefully populate, and then they'll read your content, and then they'll check out your website, and they're like, oh wow, this guy or girl really knows what they're talking about, and then you're seen as the expert. So when you rank in Google, basically you are considered somebody who is worthy to be listened to because Google ranks you. And the reason why Google ranks you is because the more people click and they stay on your page, the higher you rank as well. And so that gives you that authority factor too.
So I also think it's important for everyone to know that every blog post is an individual page. They may not see that, right? It's an individual page. When you create it, it's an individual page on that platform. And anything you put on it via keywords or links or things like that have value coming from a page to another page. It's not just a post. It's an individual page that lives upon itself.
Yes, which is why categories is very important too, because you can have
correct.
A whole category full of whatever topic you want to talk about. So yeah.
So tell us a little bit how you started blogging.
I never wanted to be a blogger. Like, in all honesty, I never even knew it was a path or whatever, I was in the wedding industry and I loved the wedding industry. I worked super hard in it. I became the national wedding sales manager for a company and it was the best thing ever. My job was my life and I literally live, ate, and whatever work. But actually one day my fiance from overseas, he called and he told me that his brother had just been murdered. And so I asked my boss if I could go attend the funeral. And he said no, because it would affect sales. And so obviously I quit, moved overseas.
You know, why do bosses miss that point that you need to have a life? I mean, it wasn't just a minor thing. It was a major life event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was like a crisis in my life too. Cause I was like, I mean, he forced me to choose family over work. Yep. And like before that, I had no life, you know, like my family all lived overseas. So all I did was work. And so I think maybe like, you know, he became accustomed to that or something. But I don't know. Regardless, I knew that was I was just a dollar sign to him, and I had to get out of there. Even So I mean that was just ridiculous, you know. But anyways, I moved overseas, and I realized that I was jobless for the very first time in a really long time, and I had no idea what to do with myself. Not only was I jobless, I was also purposeless and passionless because all of my passions was wedding related. And what are you going to do with a wedding related passion in a developing country? Yeah. It's quite difficult. Plus, I didn't speak Spanish, so I couldn't talk to anyone except for my fiance, and that was really, really lonely and really hard. You know, being an extrovert. You know, so basically, I started the blog, and actually, the reason why I started the blog was because I was actually an intern. An online magazine prior to that. So when I wasn't working, I actually signed up to be an intern for this blogger in Chicago because as a creative outlet for me whenever I wasn't working. So I would attend her press events. I would, you know, like I just did that stuff for free because it was interesting to me. I did product reviews and everything. I hated writing, but I loved attending the events. So I had to write about the events afterwards. So that's kind of honed my writing skills because of that. Yep. But yeah, so when I was overseas and, you know, just not knowing what to do with myself, I started a blog because I wanted that feeling back. I wanted that feeling of just, I guess, importance of, you know, like a publication, you know, where I could, I don't know, have something to do and wake up to. So I named it Lady Boss Blogger because I wanted to become a lady boss and I wanted to become a blogger, but I had no idea how to do that. So I started interviewing women who I thought were inspirational and powerful. So I could learn from women who were doing what I wanted to do. And that's exactly what you know, I became a lady boss blogger. So I was my very first student.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how long, you know, from when you started to when you felt you started to get traction?
Honestly, like from week one. It was pretty crazy. I think the need for this kind of publication was so big that like I tried to find a publication like my own and I couldn't find it, which is why I started it. So I think like other women were also looking for that, especially honestly, even 2 years ago, the landscape was so different, you know, like, I think that was when the time of like online blogging for specifically women empowerment was really growing. And so I kind of tapped into that trend and just wrote it, you know, along with, you know, the other people. So I think I got in at a really good time. So yeah, I mean, my very first few posts, I mean, I was getting like 100 shares and I was like, whoa, like I'm onto something here, you know. Obviously, like I wasn't the only one reading my blog. So, which is good.
It is good. But the question's going to come. I've been blogging for, you know, 4 months and no one's reading my blog. And what are you going to respond to that, to our audience?
Yes, get on Pinterest. That is how I'm going to respond to that because Pinterest, honestly, I didn't get on Pinterest until a year after I started my blog. And that's like a humongous no-no. Pinterest equals free traffic. Pinterest is the visual Google of, you know, your blog. In addition to that, I mean,
Yeah, I agree.
So, I mean, just learning the ins and out of Pinterest is going to get you massive traffic, no matter what niche you are, no matter like what it is you do. That's the fastest way. And then optimizing every single page specifically for SEO purposes, that's how you can combine these two, organic, these are both organic, right? Organic traffic from Google and the organic traffic from Pinterest to get traffic.
Okay, that's great. So do you tell us about sponsors and how you handle that on your blog?
So this is a little bit counterintuitive. I actually have everything written out. So some people, they believe in like media kits and stuff like that, which I do as well. But I actually have all my pricing and listing and everything like that I want to, like how I want to work with brands written out on my page. So that when brands check it out and they're like, oh, this is exactly how we can partner with her, then they're already like a lead. I don't have to like go through to see if they
so you have a plan. You don't have to reinvent the wheel every single time. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. And there's all certain things that I like to do on my blog too. Like, some people like to create video content. Some people like to create blog content. It depends on what it is that you do. But like a lot of people will reach out to me and they're like, hey, I want you to create video content. And I'm like, well, I don't do that. So they already know what I do, what I don't do. Obviously, I know I need to start tapping into it, and it's just. But as of current, I don't do that. So it's not something.
Well, you will have a video you can share now.
Yes. Yeah. Honestly, I regret asking my audience at the beginning of the year. I was like, so what do you want to see more of this year? Do you want to see YouTube videos, podcast, or online courses? And like 90% of them were like, we want to see YouTube. I was like, no. So yeah, I just need to get on it already.
So we have a speaker, Edie Clark, who's coming, who's talking about YouTube. So hopefully you're not at the same time and that you can sneak in and get a few tips from her.
I actually have already interviewed her.
Have you really? That's great.
Yeah, she's super cool. She gave amazing tips. Actually, her tips really aligned well with Sunny. I forgot Sunny's last name. She's like a YouTube extraordinaire.
Okay.
But she hosted a social media marketing conference, and all that stuff. And so I was like, oh, okay, her tips really align. I was like, yeah, she's the real deal. She knows what she's talking about.
Well, good. So we will see you. We're having the VIP networking on Sunday night. I hope you come.
Oh, okay.
It's 6 to 9. I think it's 7 to 9. Anyway, but if you look at that and so that people can come and mingle the night before, and all the speakers will be there, the sponsors will be there, the attendees will be there. So it's a great way to break the ice.
I will be there.
Excellent. I'm so excited. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to catching your session. I hope I have time to do that. If not, I will catch them all in post-production.
Which is awesome that you're doing that. Honestly, like the fact that you're creating the video, I was like, oh, this is the real deal, like this digital media conference is going to be the real deal.
That is our goal, so that afterwards, everyone has their presentation and the audio that goes with it. I think that's very important. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just excited. Do you have any questions or any other tips you want to give people today?
In regards to blogging or
anything, blogging, that's what you're talking about. And it's all about you today.
Yeah. Okay. Goodness. I mean, I think blogging and, content marketing and influencer all kind of like go hand in hand. So if you're also interested in influencer type, I'll kind of give a few tips on influencers as well. In regards to working with influencers as well as being an influencer, just a little bit on that, because that's such a huge topic right now. I mean, and that really goes hand in hand with blogging. So
it does. And I don't think, the attendees, I'm not sure where they are because they're all going to be in a different spot in their journey on social media. That might be a bridge too far. So,
okay. Yeah. I'll just do like a little morsel, just
a tidbit.
Yes, just wave it in their faces, like, all right, for next year, But honestly, you should really start it this year.
So when you started getting the sponsors, who was your first sponsor that came onto your blog? Can you share? If you don't want to, that's fine.
Oh my gosh, the first sponsor. Goodness.
Because how long have you been doing this, Elaine?
2 years.
Yeah.
So, let me tell you about the first sponsored Twitter post I actually got.
Woo-hoo!
I only actually had 8,000 followers, and I worked. I signed up for like an influencer platform, and basically, so you can either do sponsored posts on your blog, or you can actually do sponsored posts on your social media. So what they wanted was a Twitter post. So I tweeted about AI and made $100. So I was like, cool.
So and 140 characters. So how much was that per character? Yes.
I mean, it took about 5 minutes to concept, and like, you know, I just took a little photo, put a little caption. So it was a pretty good money. I was like, all right. After that, I was like, and it was from Intel.
Okay.
If Intel is willing to pay me $100, I was like, all right, I need to jump on this brand sponsorship thing. What is this? What's the deal with this? You know? And I think that's when it started started taking off too, you know? Like if you once you have worked with big brands, you know, other brands want to work with you, they, you know, and it just kind of goes like that. So
that's very cool. I think that that will be very interesting to hear about, and how that brand piece works, especially for those people who are ready to jump in and get their blog started.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's so exciting. So we're 2 weeks out.
I know, it's like so quick. I have like
it's coming right down the pike.
Yes, for sure. I think it's going to be super exciting. I can't wait.
Well, thank you so much, Elaine, for taking some time today. You will find your I'll send you the link to the live feed so that you can repost it like you should. And I'll see you on Sunday night.
Wait, Wednesday? I thought you said on Sunday.
Sunday night is the VIP networking event,
right?
And Monday is the event.
Oh yeah, Monday. Oh, sorry, I thought you said. I heard Wednesday. I don't know what's going on right now.
Maybe I said Wednesday. I don't know.
Replay. We'll rewatch that. We'll see.
Have a great afternoon, Elaine.
Thanks, Virginia, for calling.
Bye.
Bye.